trying to get to where you are. And I would live a million lonely lifetimes if I knew I could get back to you. Yeah, I just wanna get back to you. May take some time,